on.
Good morning, everybody. It's Mike Howard here. I bet a lot of you are surprised this morning, just as I am. Oh my goodness. So, as you all may know, we are at the Cup of Joe Saturday morning show. I am your host this morning for a quick intro. Like you, I am just another member of this group, just learning every single day, absorbing what I can, and it is truly, truly, as Michael Gall would say, it is a blessing to have found this group, Video Alpha, Lem Moore, and obviously Bill Walsh as well. So guys, thank you very much for putting this thing together and sharing so much valuable information. So it is a great privilege for me to be here today and just talk a little bit about some great things. You might see me posting messages here and there, and I am a firm believer that nothing in life ever happens until you get off your ass and do something about it. It's just the way it is. I joined the military when I was 17 years old, when my parents told me I could not. I was supposed to go to college. And, I made a decision that that's what I was going to do, and I did it. And the second day I arrived at boot camp, I realized, darn, I should have listened to my parents because, they were obviously a lot smarter than me, and I spent 4 years wishing I was not in that situation, and I got out of it. And, the thing is, you just got to act. It doesn't matter if it's the right thing, the wrong thing. It doesn't matter if you win a deal, lose a deal. Just every single day you need to go ahead and commit to making some action. Fail many times, because if you fail, you're definitely going to have wins, throughout the process. So I absorb myself with a lot of motivational stuff, and I like encouraging other people because through my life, and I'm not a young whippersnapper anymore. I've had a lot of people tell me, "Hey, Mike, you can really do this," and I'm sure they had doubts throughout the way, but they gave me encouragement, and with that, that's what I liked about Lem and Bill Walsh, is they give you so much encouragement, and that really is needed. Yeah, you're going to need skills, but nowadays you really don't even need skills. Partner with people. There's so many great people here in this group. There's David, there's Sloan. I mean, there's all kinds of people in this group that are more than willing to help. So, with that, I'm just yattling off. And Frank, I want to mention Frank. I made this post about Frank. So, Frank, early on in this group, he really started. He was one of the people that jumped right out of the gate, started action, and he has been meeting customers. He's been getting, every scenario that could possibly happen. They've all happened with Frank, right? Frank, I think he's experienced all the highs and lows that you can experience in a very short window. And he was working on this opportunity, which could have been and could very well still be a very nice opportunity. But where most people would have stopped is there was this hesitation of, should I go and do this and should I not? And he just reached out, and together we had a conversation. In fact, it was 59 minutes and 59 seconds. So it was really weird when I recorded it. It was 59 minutes and 59 second conversation with this business owner and Frank and myself. And when we had this call, we really showed and illustrated to this customer, this business owner, how we could have made him and can make him a millionaire. And when you step back and realize what it is that we truly can do for a business, and it's truly only up to that business owner to take our hand and say, yeah, lead me down this path. And that is the absolute truth. And it's not important that you have personally the skill set. That is not the important part here. The important part is you have to have the balls, excuse me, ladies, but the guys, you need to have the balls to go and have those conversations. And if you don't have the skills, which is perfectly okay, align yourselves with people that can, or companies or outsourcers that can, and help those businesses. They need it. This guy that Frank is talking to wants it. He wants it very, very bad. And we illustrated a path to him becoming a millionaire in a very short time. He has everything in place for it to happen, with a few little tools and skills that you know, a lot of marketers possess. Frank has the ability to take him there. So now we're waiting. We're waiting for this business owner to tell Frank, yes, I want this. And if the business owner says no, that's okay too. You know, you can't always make a horse drink the water that you lead him to. So with that, I've talked enough. I'd like to introduce number one, our infamous leader, Lem Moore. Lem, are you there?
Woo! Boy, yes, I am here. I am here. What a great intro to start this day, man.
Oh, I'm just trying to do my best, Lem, but I know you have a great guest in line as well. But you know, as I said, thank you from behalf of all of us in the group, and it was a great honor to you know, do this little intro for you, and also I'm really excited about your guests, and in fact, I've been excited about all the guests you had on the show, including other people that are part of the group. You know, a lot of trusted people that you have acquaintances with, and it's pretty nice that you're actually sharing this. I don't know if all the people in the group realize that a lot of marketers, you know, they hide a lot of that. They don't really let you know their inner circle of people that they get to know and trust and all that. And I see that you and Bill, you know, you're sharing some of that. You know, you might not be sharing all of it, but I think you're sharing a lot of your inner circle, and that's a powerful statement that you're making by doing that.
Yes, sir. It is, you know. And Bill and I, and Bill, can you say hi to everybody? Come on, show your shiny face, Bill, real quick.
Hey, good morning.
There he is. Oh, look at the haircut. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't even recognize my partner anymore. What the heck?
I know. My girlfriend said that yesterday, too. She was like, I had a hard time finding you. I didn't see the mop. So, you know.
Awesome, awesome. But yes, Bill and I decided we would do something different, and you know, there's a lot of different things in the industry that's going on that, you know, everyone is getting tired of. Bill, just touch on that real quick before we bring Israel on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, the biggest thing is that, you know, you buy a product and then you can never find the person again. You know, that's one of the biggest ones, and then nobody supports the products. You can't get a hold of people, and you know, we want to change all that. We want this to be the place to be able to find quality products and not worry about getting pitched on everything.
Most definitely. So with that being said, Michael, we want to thank you because you're awesome. You're a huge encouraging voice in the group. When I saw that post this week, I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming together. No, this is kind of what we envisioned. This is coming together. I mean, Bill and I has been saying for a while that you've got to find and get with your people in the group and connect with them, do JVs, whatever, because that is the only way. I mean, obviously, I'm not the smartest guy in the group. Bill's not the smartest guy in the group. And I'm seeing all you guys, and I'm going, whoa, look at them. So this is real awesome, and it's really an honor to have you in this group, sir. I just want to let you know that, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't let me fool you. I am definitely not the smartest guy in this group. I'm just willing to do whatever it takes to get things done, but I definitely am not that guy.
Awesome, awesome.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring on a real dear close friend for that's just close to us, Bill and I. Here's another gentleman that, like you said, Mike, he's been in our inner circle for a while, and he's underground. Y'all don't really know this guy. He's underground. And what's funny is last night I was posting around, and then Rymac was like, "You should really have him in your group," and I thought, "Holy crap, he's not in our group." So that lets you know here's someone that we haven't talked to in a while. He's been busy doing things, restructuring his life, and you know what? Come on, Israel, show your face, because when you see this, you're gonna think he's really underground.
He's in the bat cave.
I'm in my bat cave.
We call it the bat cave. Israel, what is going on, brother?
Hey, good. Can you guys see me?
Not yet. We still see that nice little family picture there. And by the way, he's got an awesome family. He lives in California. They are living the life. I call it the life because, I've been to California. I love that place. I loved it. Going back next week, Bill. We're going back next week.
I know. I'm so excited. So excited.
Can't wait. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is Israel. How you doing, Mr. Anderson?
I'm doing great, Lem. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, Mike, for introducing me. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, good. How are you?
Like that haircut, man.
Thanks. It got a little too short, actually, more than planned. So.
Grows back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's get started. So these are going to be very easy questions. So just don't hesitate. There's no one really watching. It's just us. I mean, I just lied there, but there are people watching. So,
yeah.
so tell me, man, how did we all come about? How did you and Bill and I and all the people come about? Let everyone know how this came about.
I started kind of getting into internet marketing a couple years ago, and through a series of events, I got plugged into a group with Rymac and with Robert, bought a couple products, did some training with them, and hooked up with Bill and with you and a couple other guys within one of their programs and dealing with Hangouts. And we all became kind of really good friends. We started masterminding together quite a bit, and that really is kind of the start of it. I don't know, you guys, Bill and Lynn, you guys have so much to offer to everybody. You're always free to give your information out there and really not hold back anything, and that kind of impressed me. I come from a background of photography, and so completely unrelated industries. And it was a great time to be able to get together and really dive in head first and learn with other people that were learning and doing it at the same time. So that's how I kind of met you guys, and the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, we were kind of meeting like almost every week, wasn't we? I mean, we had something going on every week.
Well, I remember that we had it was when Hangouts came out. That was when it was. It was like what was that, July or August last year, and we had like 200 people, and everybody would want to be on the panel. You know what I mean? And it was so much fun, and I just remember yeah, absolutely, it was a blast. It was a total blast. And if you remember what this all came from originally, well, what that came from was from Lem making one comment in the Daredevil group about cold calling. And everybody was just messaging him like crazy because none of us like cold calling. He's the cold calling king. That's why we always kid about this, So, anyway.
Oh, my God. But, yes, it's been a great year, half or so. I mean, God, time has flown. Your children are grown now. Tell us a little bit about your babies, man. They're not babies anymore.
No, I've got an 8-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old son, and a 4.5-year-old little girl.
Wow.
And they're grown like weeds.
My goodness. Wow. Crazy. So, how does it feel to be a stay-at-home dad? I mean, I know how it is. To me, I think it's it's a good thing and a bad thing because, number one, the bad part is I have to do homework from like 3:30 till 6 or 7, and that's when I shut down operation. Now, if I have to do some type of, webinar or whatever, Bill, I'm like, Bill, you know what time that is? That's school time, dear Bill, But I mean, the good part of it is I'm free to do whatever I want to. Let us know what's your input on that.
I think it's the greatest thing that you could ever do. I mean, being married is one of them. Having kids is second, and being able to stay home with both of those is priceless. My kids, I get to pick my kids up from school. I get to drop them off from school. I get to go to their functions during the middle of the week. That to me means more than anything else out there. And I have a blast with it. It's what drives me. It really does.
Right. Totally get it, man. I totally get it. I just got a text from one of my children in Arkansas, and she was kidding, saying today is the 4th. But usually, back in the day, I would say on Friday, today is the 4th, meaning it was something on Friday when you used to work, and they get it, but I would make a positive out of it. And now she texts me, and I thought, oh, look at that. My babies, they remember the stuff when you're with them younger. They remember. They don't forget, the positive things. So that is one advantage of having a, stay-at-home job and be able to do what you do. So I want to get deep with this real quick because there's a lot of people out there, Israel, who is probably struggling, and they're not just breaking through that path. Like we just mentioned, that Frank has been working hard. He's had highs, he's had lows, but I don't think people really understand what we go through as working from home. And I want you to give us a little insight on how to stay focused. I mean, I know you and I talked on the phone the other day, and it could have been a show by itself, we were just going. But I want you to give us a little bit part of your life, what has happened, the shift and the change and all that, okay? What is going on these days?
Okay. And like we talked about the other night, I have no problem opening up and telling people a little bit about my life and kind of what's gone on in the marketing world. Because I want other people to know. I want other people to know that they're not the only ones going through the same situations that I went through, that you went through, that Bill went through.
Oh, yes.
And there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you keep pushing. So I started about a little over 2 years ago. Got together with a good group, you guys, you and Bill and some other guys, and really started masterminding. And doing that on a regular basis, Bill and I started talking to each other every other day, and really bouncing ideas off of each other. And really, that opened the door to a lot of different things going on in your marketing business. It allows you to start thinking outside the box more. It allows you to start actually seeing things from a completely different perspective than you would traditionally see them. I'm one of those guys. I'm dyslexic. It takes me a long time to really kind of get to the bottom of things and really master them. I had a photography business for 15 years and a very successful photography business. Well, coming into marketing, I knew a little bit about it because I had to do it for my photography business, but then it was a completely different shift. It's taken me a little bit of time to really kind of figure out how I needed to do things and what I really need to be focusing on. So within that 2-year period, I started buying products after product after product after product. I don't know how to this day I got an email from Rimac and opened it up, purchased a product, let it sit there, and really didn't do anything with it for a while. And it wasn't until probably a little bit before their Hangouts program came out that I really got back into it. I would buy product after product and really kind of just go through the whole gamut of trying different things, not knowing really what was working, and getting frustrated. Getting frustrated to the point where I was looking at it going, this doesn't work. These people aren't making this money. And started getting into a group and actually doing the things that people were talking about in the mastermind groups. And that is where my life kind of changed. And I would say probably about a year ago that it really just flipped. And the light switch went on when this is something that can be and will be a viable business for me outside of what I was doing before. Probably about 4 months ago, I got in the same rut again, and I started buying more products and doing. Believe me, if you guys can get yourself off of the majority of the list that you're on, I'm saying this for myself.
Right.
I was on more lists than I can possibly imagine, and they were selling my name to everybody and anybody because they knew that I'd buy it. So I've taken myself off of all these lists. I basically what ended up happening last couple months is I started buying all these products again. I lost my focus, and really, it just it derailed me in a major way. And I've had to refocus. I've had to look at really what my business is about and what I want to go after. And that is kind of where I'm at right now. We're at a point where we're just about ready to launch a huge campaign for our clients and really go out there and just knock the doors off.
Wow. You know, I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to go back a little bit because you said, you know, I didn't want to stop you because you was on a roll, and I was like, whoa, you know. But I wanted to go back because you mentioned how it started making sense when you got with all of us and we start using each other's brains and things start clicking that way, you know, because, I mean, most people don't realize, yeah, in the beginning, I was the same way. I mean, I used to kid about how many products I done bought, and I would put them on my desktop, and Bill has done it too, just to see what we have bought. And you're like, your desktop is full of stuff that I've not even used, you know. What's even funnier is a buddy of Tom, you know Tom. Tom had called me the other day and said, Lim, I think I have a problem. And I'm like, okay, brother, what's the problem? He goes, I think I'm an email hoarder. And I was like, me too. It's like you have those emails you don't want to get rid of, and they're just lists, you're on people's list, and you're like, really? You got to get rid of this stuff, man. You have to. If you don't stay focused, you will lose it. And I totally get where you're coming from, brother. I mean, trust me, I get that. But yeah, getting back to where you have to restructure yourself, I know that's like the hardest thing because I was at that point at one time. I remember when I was working, I thought, you know what? My business was going fine, but then something just happened. And I thought, doggone it, man. I was ready to quit and get off, and now this is just not right. You know, I'm like, golly, and I got to make a change. I mean, that's probably what you were thinking, right?
Oh yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. And I had been in similar situations with other businesses, and seeing those kind of gave me an insight as what I really needed to do. And something that Rymac had said a long time ago when I first got started was, for the next 60 days, 30 days, whatever it was, I forget what it was, he says, don't open your email, don't get on Facebook, don't buy any other products. And I did that, and I did it for that period of time, and I got focused, and I got laser focused. And there are so many different programs out there, like Bill was saying, that are garbage. I was actually looking at one the other day that would work really well with one of our funnel systems that we have set up. Can't find the guy. I go to download the program's gone. Wait a minute, I paid for this, I downloaded it, I rebuilt my computer, and now the program's gone and I can't even use it. So, I mean, it's so true. You have to get focused, you have to be laser targeted on what your goal is, and I can't stress that enough. If you do not have a goal in mind, if you do not have a direction of where you want your business to go, you need to stop and you need to get it, because without that, you're gonna meander all over the place, and you're gonna get these programs, and you're gonna waste your money when you could use that money in other places of your business to catapult your business to completely new levels.
Awesome. So I have a question here for you. Catherine, one of our awesome listeners. Hey, girl. She wants to know, are you doing video and SEO exclusively?
I've actually restructured my business to the point where I'm offering a variety of different services, more on a consulting basis, and I am not doing hardly any of those. I mean, I'm doing those services, but I am not physically doing those services. I'm having people outsourced that are doing them. And that was one of the big things, Lem, when I talked to you and Bill the other day. I was doing so much work on my own that I got swamped, and it overtook me to the point where I was losing clients because I was not being able to provide those services that I had promised. And for me to be able to do that, it hurts, because I'm all about customer service. I'm all about getting results from my clients, and when I can't do that because I have too much work on my plate, there's an imbalance there. Mm-hmm. So I've restructured my business to be able to allow other people to provide those services for me, video marketing and different things like that. So I do have those as part of my business model. I don't currently do them on an individual basis myself.
Mike, did you have a question?
Oh no, I was just applauding Israel from what he just said, making that transition from selling a service or just doing a fulfillment for a little bit of change to really being a consultant, and then outsourcing all of it. That's the difference between just making a little bit of money and actually changing your life. And that's huge, Israel. That was a golden nugget that you just shared, a huge nugget.
And it truly is. It truly is. When you go to the point when you can actually put stuff out, and you can have VAs do it, and you can take everything possible off of your plate, you know what I mean? It will optimize your time more than anything else. I can tell you, I used to fight. Lem and I talked about this a long time, and so has Israel and I. I fought this for a long time. I used to try to do everything. And then I got a VA that really started to open the door. What do you, Israel, because you have a VA yet, or didn't you just get a VA, or no?
I'm in the process of hiring one right now.
That's right.
I've got what we're doing right now is we've restructured our whole business. So we're in the process of hiring our VA. I'm working on getting basically outsourcers for every aspect of our business first, and we're testing them out with a handful of clients that we do have on some different jobs. And so I mean that's where we're at. And I was a buddy of mine said one time, he goes, the only thing that you should be doing in your business, he says, is prospecting, pitching, closing, and forget what the last one was. But I was doing way more than that. And what was happening was it wasn't allowing my business to be able to be a scalable model and to be able to do anything. I was stuck with the clients that I had, and when I first started out, I closed some really good clients and made some really good money. And then I got a handful of clients that were just duds and took more of my time, and that was a hard point in our business, because if you're doing everything, you're gonna go down quick, and it opens up the doors to buying all those different products and trying to come in the back door and fix things but you're not really focusing on the real problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good you say that, because that was something that you and I had an intimate conversation about yesterday. Is I used to be like that. I used to want to know everything about SEO, every little link that came on, what I can do. Bill and I mean, you were there too, Israel. We all used to test like mad scientists last year. It was nuts. We were so consumed with testing, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, Bill, I got this. We're up for 5 hours. Bill's like, hey, man, I had no sleep. What about this? I'm like, oh, my God, I haven't tried that. And you're like, hey, what about this? I'm like, what the heck? That becomes an issue because, yes, we're learning how to do it, but at the same time, we got to go get some clients. You know what I mean? That is why I cold called, because I knew I wasn't going to have time to do all the other BS to get a client. I had to get on the phone because I was tired and droopy, and I had to get something done. I didn't care, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
that's totally true.
So
That was my first big client, was off a cold call, and it blew my mind. And I looked at him like, I don't have a. If you have a problem with talking to people on the phone, pick up the phone, tape it to your hand, and call 100 people, and you will not have a problem.
yes,
You won't.
I've done that before. I'm still not interested.
you know,
It's just not me. Not my
for some
personality.
people. It's for some people. I mean, most
It
people
is
like,
for some people.
don't want to do it. They want to play it all safe, you know. But I would be a horrible football coach because I would never punt it on 4th down. I would always go for 2. I mean, that's just me.
You know, Israel's right though. The cold call, Lem. You know, in my day job, I hired a part-time caller. Is the best term I could use. And this young lady works 6 hours a day. She generates about 175 calls a day. Her first week, she did 750 calls. This was from this here was from Friday alone of leads for me to call back and send emails. Now, what I pay this young lady is chump change, and she's got a great incentive that if these become anything, she gets a bonus for the number of leads she provides me a week, and she gets commission for anything that I close. That way we're both tied to the hip, and my time isn't spent. She spends 6 hours generating this. It takes me 3 seconds from me to take it from her hand and put it into my hand. Right?
Love it.
And it costs me a little bit of money, but I guarantee you this is thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not rocket science. We all know this stuff works. The reality is most of us just don't do it.
See, but that's the key right there, is finding somebody successful that's in cold calling and let them do it for you.
And I think that's a huge thing for people. They look at it. It's unless they've been a part of that industry before, is foreign to them. They have no idea how to get into it. And you know what? Jump in. Jump in, use a couple people on small jobs, have them do small things, and then when you find the people that you really want and do good for you, make incentives for them. Like Mike said, they will do it. Why? Because there's an incentive for them to do it. If you don't give them an incentive, they're gonna jump ship and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those cold callers out there, it is so important for you to either figure out if you want to spend more time cold calling, or like Mike has done, hired you a person, appointment setter is what we call it, and go from there. I mean, it's the easiest thing. Yes, granted, you're gonna call sometimes with the appointment has been set. And they might want to email, or they might want you to come by. In my area, I've been just working on my area because with my cold callers, I mean, sometimes they might want me to come in and talk to them, which is fine because these guys are busy. And it depends on who you're targeting to. But it is the easiest way. I mean, you can find anyone on some of these sites who do cold calls or appointment setting. I mean, I've been through that, and it's not a hard deal. It's just you have to do the follow-up. It can be done. But back to what we were saying, you have to work on your business. I mean, if you're inside that and you're trying to do everything, it becomes a hassle. Bottom line, it becomes a hassle.
Real quick, and just like Mike had brought up earlier before the call, we were talking about some different things with business representatives, and there are specific people for specific jobs, and if you are not that person, find someone. I'm not great at taxes. I'm not gonna do them. I'm gonna hire someone to do them, and that's just like your business and anybody's business out there. And for people that have never had a business that try to get into marketing online and doing different things like that, or something completely different, you have to structure your business and you have to find those people that are going to be your core group. Whether it's your mastermind group, your marketing group, your tax group, whatever group they belong to, you have to find those people and plug them in. And if you don't know who to use, call some friends up. Call people in this group up. You guys are some great people to be able to put a program like this together and share with other people the ups, the downs, the new things coming out, the software programs that are good and legit, that you are going to be able to find the person in 3 months. That's important for this industry, because this industry it's rampant with people that just want to make a buck, and then people like you and I that actually want to make a living and a business out of it. You're left to find your own way, and some people take a lot longer. I'm one of them. I take a lot longer to really get focused and to really kind of get my path down. Once I have my path and my goal set, then it's in game. I'm done. I go through it and master it. But it's getting to that point, and I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. A couple months ago, I got stuck and I got sucked back in the same old thing that I was doing in the very beginning that took me out of the game.
Yeah, it's easy, man. I totally get it. And so what I did, like you said, I unsubscribed everything off of my main email address, and there's these other emails that pop up that I really don't pay attention to. I know what they are, they're lists, that's fine, but now I'm not exposed to it. I'm really not exposed to it at all, you know. And if I see that I accidentally got someone to get me on their list on my main email address, I'll move it over there. So I know I'm not going to look at it, you know. Yeah. So that's the key. I don't know if everyone remembered, but you mentioned that, I think I mentioned this, you like to do things yourself. And that right there will slow you down once again. If you try to learn everything about what you're doing with the software that comes in, it becomes a stepping point where you have to slow down again. And some of my buddies get mad at me. Like, I know David, for example, he gets so mad at me sometimes. I'll ask him about a certain software that he'll have. He'll go, "Here, Lim, you know what it is. Here it is." And I'm like, "Dude, I ain't got time for that, man. I'm not trying to learn this software." And this is what I will say. And he gets mad. And I do this to Sloan, too. I always say, cut me a short little video, 5 minutes, give me the advanced version that I need to do, and that's all I want. Because I don't want to know anything else about it. I just want to know how the system runs. And if I can do it in 5 minutes of your video, I'm great. That is just me, because I don't have time to learn something new. You know what I mean? If it's going to waste my time of getting clients and all that.
Yep, that's totally true. And I've been sucked into that whole thing where you buy a program and it's 18 days worth of information. You're sitting here going, that's 24 hours a day for 18 days. There's no way I'm going to get through this program. There is a great program out there, though, for especially viewing videos online, and I'm not selling anything. I use it myself, and I'm looking at the last counter, and it's saved me days worth of viewing information. It's called eNounce MySpeed, and it's just a video program that allows you to fast forward your videos and watch them at 2 times, 3 times speed, whatever you want. For people that are looking at different information, it's great. It saves you a ton of time, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to a theme park in about an hour with my kids. I don't have time to look at videos all day long. Like you said, cut me a short track. It better be less than 5 minutes. And I want the whole nuts and bolts. I want everything in it. If you can't give it to me in 5 minutes, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Either that or you need to practice your video skills on cutting it down.
Right? Oh, that's true. Wow.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, I don't want to keep this so long, and I know we wanted to get to the bottom of what you're doing and how you're feeling about things, because here in like the next 40 minutes, I'm supposed to head to the Texas State Fair, and you know, I'm in trouble already because I was supposed to do this walk for some kind of person at our school or whatever, and I was like, baby, I got a show to run, you know, show must go on. What would you encourage everyone out there, Israel? I know we've kind of gone through, but what would you encourage everyone to do if they just started right now and from this point on?
I'd say plug into this group as much as you possibly can and get focused. Get focused on what you want from this business, because that's the biggest thing. If you don't have a clear focus as what you really want, do you want to make $100,000 a month? Do you want to make $1,000 a month? I personally, I don't want to make $1,000 a month. I want this business, and I know this business, and it already is providing for my family. So you've got to make a decision. What do you want? And then you've got to plug in, ask your questions. Lim, you and Bill and the other people in the group are a source of information that cannot be touched. You are. There are people in here that have so much information to offer if people only ask. I called a guy from one of our other groups, and both you guys know him, lives kind of down south from me. I called him out of the blue. Why? Because I saw him on a call with Rymax Group, with Daredevil Marketing, and I said, dude, what are you doing? And I went and talked to him. And he's a great friend of mine. He's a great friend of Bill's. Bill's got business that he's doing with him. And you got to get out of your comfort zone. I think that's a lot of it. A lot of people are looking at it going, I want to do my business from my little room, and I don't want to talk to anybody, and I don't want to do those things. Get focused, get out of your comfort zone, and charge it with everything that you have. And if you do that, you will get results. It's like Mike was talking about Frank. Frank's getting results. Why? Because he's going out there, he's failing, he's succeeding, he's failing and succeeding, and he's finding what works for him. And if you don't do that, you'll never know what works or what doesn't work. I know in my business right now, my past model of what I was trying to do did not work. Why? Because I was trying to do everything. You can't do that. If you do everything, you're bound to fail. You got to be able to have a business. I look at it this way: if you want a business that you're going to build a business that you can eventually sell. And if you can't do that, then you either need to reevaluate your goals or what you want to do. If you want to make a couple $100 a month, that's fine. That's it. There's different business models for everybody. In my photography business, I went and photographed a wedding this last weekend for a friend. I upload the images, and they're done. I don't do anything else. We have people that spend hours and hours and hours correcting images for people. Why? There's people to do that. Pay them. That's like the business. Get focused, and hammer it out and do everything that you possibly can. Plug into a group like this. I think that is the most important thing, is to plug into a group, because it keeps you accountable. It gives you people to talk to, like Bill, like Lim, like Mike, like Frank, Rymac, the other people that are in this group, David. That gives you the opportunity to be able to ask questions and get the answers that you wouldn't normally be able to do. The richest people in the world have mastermind groups, and there's a reason for it.
There is a great reason for it. And I want to give a shout out to Nelson, who won that State Fair secret word a while ago.
What is that secret word?
Well, I can't say it anymore because then they're thinking that, you know. But anyway, Nelson just won $50. What?
Sweet.
Yes, he did because he's paying attention. Anyway, Nelson, congratulations. I'll be sending it out to you here real soon. And yes, Israel, you are correct, man. I mean, everything you've said is just, it's true. I mean, speaking of Rymac, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have him on the show Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern Time here on Saturday Cup of Joe. Do not miss it. It's going to be awesome. And the reason why it's going to be on a Tuesday night because Bill and I are traveling to L.A. for the VIT Summit this weekend. If you've not gotten your tickets for that, go online to vidsummit.com. And you can see all of that available information if you're in the LA area, which is going to be awesome. Wow. So, I know, by the way, Israel, so help me God, if I come to California again and you're not, if we don't see each other, it's going to be war. I'm going to tell you that right now, brother. I came, when did I come, when was that? Was that?
Summer?
It was I came there in summertime and he was busy. I was busy, but I was like, dude, seriously?
Oh my goodness. No, I get really bummed when I'm not able to see Bill when he comes out here. When I missed you, I really, I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to do things with you guys, to talk with you guys on a personal basis.
Right.
Some you connect. You can't do by connecting through a video feed. You can do a lot, but sometimes it's a little more personal when you're actually able to do it in person.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So the reason why I also wanted to get you because I know there's a lot of great foods that you eat and I eat and we share common interests, brother. And I'm like, man, if I could just get with him and see what he's eating there. I've seen his stuff, you know.
I have to get Bill on a couple of them.
I know, right? And I'm like,
The what? Wow. The Thai food? Or what?
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
The Thai food? Or what are you talking about?
Well, just in general. That, Vietnamese food, whatever.
Yep.
Never tried that before, actually.
See, when we were in Florida, I tried to get them to go and try that like all week long, but Bill was stuck on his burger trip. I'm like, really, Bill?
Hey, I go through my burger stuff, you know? I like Thai food a lot, too.
Right. Bill, I've never... You cooked the steak last night, right?
Oh, my gosh. It was a grass-fed steak, filet, 8-ounce. And it was probably one of only grass-fed, man. It's like so good. I mean, if it's corn-fed, the marble's gonna be a little bit better, but the grass-fed is just like so good, especially if it's completely seared and all that stuff. And then we got fresh farmer potatoes. They're literally straight from the ground. They still have dirt on them. Okay, that's how good they are. No chemicals or anything else, and they taste so different than normal store-bought potatoes. So I chopped them all up last night and put some stuff on them, and it was delicious, I gotta tell you.
So if David was here, Bill, what kind of steak would he call that?
I think that would be called a bougie steak.
Boom! See, here at Cup of Joe, we try to do a lot of fun stuff, and if you listen here, I'm about to get like 50 chimes at one time. It's gonna be like, bling, 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 bling.
That's anyway. So funny.
That is awesome. Wow, my friend Israel, I knew this would be enlightening for everyone, and I knew it would be for me too. Just when I was talking to you the other day, I thought, man, I could talk to him all day long, but I know we got to get busy, you know. But it is so awesome for you to come on here and share your thoughts and your outlook on, you know, what's going on with your life, you know. And it's hard for most people to open up, and I can open up about my life and tell you everything that happened. But you know, that's a whole different story. You know.
And I'm the same way. I'm the same way, Lem. People ask me questions. I'm going to tell you. If I failed, I failed. And
Right.
that doesn't mean that I have to stay there.
Right.
Just means that I learned something that not to do next time.
Exactly.
And I have no problem talking to people. I know you guys don't. I know that's why you guys created this group, and I'm really thankful for it, because I mean that's one more group out there that people can plug into and actually. What are you doing over there, Bill? Your dog?
Yeah, I was. She came in to say hi. She wasn't allowed, and I shut the door, and somebody snuck in. I don't know if you guys saw a door open behind me or what, but
it's a cute dog, though. But it's just it's one more opportunity for people out there like you, like me, like David, like Rymac, all these different people, to be able to plug in and actually do something with a business, and not just sit on the sidelines and go, I wonder if this really works, or if they're just spewing a bunch of garbage.
Yep.
I know it works because I've seen it work in my life. I've seen it work in Bill's life. I know Lim's doing it, and I know Ryan has knocked it out of the park. Plug in, and that's my advice. Plug in, get focused, and hammer it, man.
yeah. So I do have one parting question. I don't know what else Lem has up his sleeve, but I have one more question. I've been holding it for the last 10 minutes because I was waiting for the perfect opportunity. So, and I can't remember the answer to this question, part of it. So, before the photography business,
Yep.
did you ever work in corporate America or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I taught swim lessons, and I was a manager of 3 different aquatic facilities in 3 different cities.
Well, that's close enough. That's enough.
Oh my goodness, I'll never do a management type position like that ever again. Manage my outsourcers, and I eventually want to have someone that does that too. That is probably the closest that I've gone.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
I've been very fortunate in that respect.
That's good stuff. Wow, okay. So I wanted to step off right quick and give a shout out to Rebecca Happy, who has been helping me a lot. I'm seriously thinking about putting Rebecca on staff, because I'm not lying. I mean, if she's willing to have it, I mean, I got to work something out with her, because she's like, Lim, that ain't right. I'm like, yes, girl. Now I'm like, that's my girl. So shouts out to you, Rebecca. You are awesome. Like I said, I'm going to get with you real soon. And I want to give another shout out to Chris. Chris, I bet you're so excited you just joined this group this week, because Chris just won $25. So excellent, man. Excellent job, brother, for coming on this week. I think he just joined the group this week, you know. So,
awesome.
I just kind of want to do something fun for people to learn, and kind of have, an incentive to watch, because we learn, I mean, when you listen to what we're telling you, this is some awesome stuff. This is some real stuff. And to have Israel come on, and, to have Mike in the group, all the power mics and all the guys in this group, I mean, You can't go wrong. All you have to do is listen, ask questions, get with us, and figure out how we can help you take yourself to the next level. I mean, if you want it to happen, you've got to make it happen,
Yep,
Can't just sit back and relax and keep buying stuff, because otherwise you'll end up broke like I was before. So, oh well.
So true.
So true. All right. So, once again, Israel, thank you. Mike, you want to come back on real quick?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on?
Close us out, because we're done. I mean, we are done. Give us a little last word, and we'll call it quits. I'm going to fade myself out as Mike goes. Once again, Israel, thank you. I'm trying to make this show awesome. More awesome, okay?
Well, Israel, thank you very much for sharing everything, and it was really informative, and it was nice to see Bill again. Bill, thank you for joining us as well, and Lem, keep up all the words of encouragement and sharing all those little tidbits that you do all the time. And Bill, I since I have this opportunity, I'm face to face with you. I'm really ready for that software. Let's get it going. No more teasing. Come on. Let's have it by Friday. Can we do by Friday?
Well, are you talking about the Done for You, or are you talking about our syndication software?
The syndication first and Done for You second.
Yeah, syndication's behind. It's going to be another month or so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had some errors. But our Done for You will be ready here shortly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay. We'll take what we can get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, with that, everyone, I just, I'm looking forward to next Saturday, and hope everyone has a great day today and gear up. It's the weekend. I would just formulate a plan of attack, what you want to get done. Put it down in writing. Put some action items, things that you're actually going to do, and then look at them every single day, and just ask yourself, did I do what I intended on doing? And a lot of times, that's enough motivation for you to get something done. But thank you guys very much for putting this show together and sharing the awesome friends that two of you have. I'm really looking forward. I saw the lineup. I saw David did a wonderful job on the new website. And if you haven't seen the website for the Cup of Joe, there is a website. I highly recommend everyone take a look at it. And also, what's really cool about the website is on the bottom right-hand corner, they have a list of all the future upcoming speakers. So that's really, really kind of cool. I'd like to make a recommendation. It would be kind of cool to have a bio by their names as well, so we kind of have a clue a little bit about them.
Now you're going to go get me in trouble. Dave and I have been fighting about that for 3 days now. And I'm like, dude, we just got to get the website. I was like, Lynn, we need this. It's on the list. Trust me. But thanks again. Now he's going to hear this, and he's going to be like, messaging me like right now.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool. So with that, I think it's just time to get out and enjoy the weekend.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. And, guys,
Thanks,
have a great day. Blessings. See you.
See ya.
Thank you, guys.